I think if you wear the uniform of a hooker, you cannot then get mad that somebody mistakes you for a hooker. It's not fair. If I come out wearing an orange jumpsuit and you think I just came out of jail, I can't be mad about that because I'm wearing their uniform. If I walk around in a cop uniform and you think I'm a cop, I can't be mad about that because I'm wearing their uniform. That's how I feel about it. And I'm
There's
not
a
saying
hooker uniform now?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Juice and Jury podcast. We're here again with Shaunneka, Christiana, and myself, Maureen. So good to see you, even though we can't see you. We're happy that you're here with us this week. So, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Can't
Yeah.
complain. Other than the
Yeah.
cold weather. It's been freezing. Like,
I've been
freezing.
it's been super cold, right? It's been really cold.
I was
Mhm.
getting so accustomed to that warm, mild weather. I was like, oh yeah, I could get used to this. And then this week it's like -20, feels like -30 with a wind chill or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like winter kind of just hit us. Like there was like that storm and then the snow never actually left. And then it's been cold ever since, right? So it's like, no, this
Yeah.
is winter.
Yeah.
So
I knew
anyways,
it
yeah.
was
I mean,
coming, though. I
It
knew
was
it was
coming
coming.
for
Mhm.
this is
sure.
what it should be, I guess.
That's true. This is what winter should be.
Mhm.
But I feel like, it's January, everyone's trying to like figure out their like, fitness goals and because like spring and the summer gets like it comes up pretty quickly. But there's this new thing going on I've seen on TikTok where I don't know about you guys, but do you ever like record yourselves at the gym or record yourselves working out and like post
Yes.
it for whatever
Yes.
reason you post it? But there's been a lot of people that have been posting their workouts at the gym and because so there's a lot of problems with that because other people don't know that you're actually like recording yourself, right? So they might walk
Mhm.
in your shot. And this has happened before. So the person who's actually recording gets upset with the person who's walked into their shot, right? And then who's wrong, right? Because like they didn't know you were recording. And should you be recording at the gym? I feel like there's people that are like, I know for myself, I don't want you to record me sweating and like struggling, on a treadmill, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
what's the
Yeah.
appropriate thing? Like, should people be recording themselves at the gym, especially at a public gym?
I think, like, for me, when I can't speak for everyone, but when I record myself, I have a tripod, so it's very obvious that I'm
At the
recording.
gym? Really?
Well, I when I say the gym, it's like a fitness class.
Okay.
So, and then sometimes the coaches will record the fitness classes, so, lots of people record, and the other thing is when I'm recording, I'm only trying to record myself. Like, I'm trying really hard to
Mhm.
just get only myself in the shot and not other people, and it happens that sometimes other people come in the shot, but generally speaking, nobody really seems to care. Like, I've never heard anything from anyone, and again, like, the coaches themselves, they'll record and post videos of us impromptu without telling us that we're, training or whatever, and they'll post it to their website, they'll post it to the Facebook group, things like that, and nobody's really, like, upset or anything by it. I think, as long as people are aware that you're doing it, like for me, it's very obvious. It's not like a phone on the bottom and you're not sure. Like it's very obvious that I'm recording. And if people walk in my shot, I don't get upset at all. Actually, I love that. So I like interact with them if they're in my shot. So I guess it depends. But if I'm at like a public gym with machines and I don't know anybody, that's different. But at the class that I go to, people kind of know each other. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic. I think if you're going somewhere that's public and you don't know anybody else, if you're just recording yourself and it's just yourself in the shot, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But once you get other people in the shot, then it can be like, I think it's weird for you to be mad that other people are in your shot, but I think that it's legitimate for other people to be like, hey, I don't want to be on camera. And that's
Absolutely.
their right. You're not allowed to record other people and post it. Right. So if it's just for you and just for your progress and you're not showing anybody else, that's one thing. But if you have the intention of posting online, then I don't think you have the right to take video footage of anyone else without their permission.
But it happens all the time. It happens all the time where like you could be working out. I'm not talking about you in particular, but like someone could be working out at the gym, they're like lifting weights or whatever. And then there's someone else lifting weights in the back. It's like that person didn't agree to be on your Instagram. Right? So should you even be recording in such a, like, you know, in a place where, you know, people could not look like their normal self, right? And that's exactly why, I mean, I'm sorry, I was going to say like, you know, women wear makeup at the gym but that's not true. Women wear makeup at the gym for other reasons too. So
yeah, kind of segueing off what Maureen said. I think like if you're at the gym and you're working out, then and people are using their phone to record their own progress, then I just feel like let them do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So long as you're not zooming in on me while I'm on the treadmill, but you're like over somewhere else and you're lifting your weights and I just happen to be in it. I'm just like in the background. No one's watching me anyways. Do you know what I mean? The spotlight's on the person who's doing the recording or doing the selfie or whatever. But in terms of if someone's going to walk in your video and then you're going to be upset about it, well, you're in a gym, you're in a public space. Like, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
It's true. But you guys think it's fair to record yourself in a public gym?
Yeah. Do what you want to do.
I think as long as it's not like in secret, if you are obviously recording yourself and people are aware that you are recording yourself and they are in your shot, they then have the option to get out of your shot. Like nobody's gluing them to that.
Is that really fair? And I'm just playing devil's advocate because is that really fair? If we're both working on like a similar machine side by side and you're recording yourself, just because I don't want to be in your shot, I have to leave this machine. Is that fair?
I think that if you're going to be that nitpicky, you're going to have a really hard time because everybody has cell phones. No, but everyone has cell phones and people are walking around recording stuff all the time. And I guarantee you're in a lot more cameo shots of people that you don't know. And I think like if you're going to be like, nobody is allowed to have any background footage of me at all, you're going to be hard pressed to do that. I think that's going to be very difficult. But I do think that if, again, like what Shaunneka said, if you are intentionally filming somebody else, that's different. But if they happen to be in the background of your shot and they know you're filming yourself, and again, I probably would be more cautious if it's in a gym where I don't know anybody. But if I am, I don't know, like this is how I think about it, okay? If I'm putting my tripod, my camera's there, I'm filming just myself, okay? I'm trying to get nobody else in the shot. And Joe Blow walks through my shot or walks behind me and decides to lift weights. He sees the camera, he sees me recording myself. Then I cannot be like it's not fair for him to be like, oh, you can't film me. I'd be like, well, you walked in my shot. I wasn't filming you. I'm filming me. I have no interest in you at all. And so I feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. If someone was filming themselves, I wouldn't be like, well, you see my foot in that video and you better take that video. Like, it's just, I don't think it's worth
like
fighting
for us,
that.
we probably would not complain. It wouldn't be an issue. But I do think that if someone were to complain, it would in some ways be justified.
So, okay, I have two examples, okay? So the other day I was on a walk and I'm walking this way and a girl is walking this way with her boyfriend and her dog and she's recording clearly. So me and my sister were like, oh, we're probably on somebody's Instagram stories. But the focus wasn't me. The focus was her dog, her walk, and whatever else she was doing. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Also, I want to also throw in there that I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I think most gyms will have some sort of clause that says that you might be photographed or video.
Well, that's for their surveillance cameras usually.
No, sometimes it'll be like promotional things. Like sometimes it'll be like for their promotional content. It won't always just be for their like security. Sometimes it'll be like, hey, just so you know, we might use footage of you for our socials and stuff like that. Things like that. And that doesn't bother me.
No,
Would
for
that
sure.
bother you?
Me? No, no,
Yeah.
no. I for myself, I've never had a problem with it. Like I used to go to F45 and they would post all the time. At first I was like, oh gosh, I don't really want to be like, watched or videotaped like doing this, but it was fine. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, I mean, for some people they may have a problem. They say, like, listen, I don't want my sweaty like workout on social media. And I think that's fair too. It's like you want to work out. Does that mean that you have agreed to be posted online? Is that fair? I also want to
Okay.
give another example. Sorry, Shaunneka,
I just wanted to give my second example.
go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, John, go for it. I cut you off.
Okay, so the second thing that I wanted to say was in the summertime, I was filming a few videos outside. And so, yeah, everything is set up. And as I'm doing my video, a man's walking his dog, walks by, clearly sees that I'm filming. A woman walks by. I think there was a guy on his paddleboard, floated by on the water. And like if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't go up to me and be like, sorry, I just walked in your shot. Can you like cut me out? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I
No,
just feel
no, for sure. Like for sure. And I feel
technology.
like that's us. Like it's not really a big deal, but there are some people that would be like, listen, I didn't know I was being recorded. I think it's a little fair for them to say, listen, I don't want to be on your like in
If
your
they don't
recording.
know, if they didn't know they were being recorded, that's one thing. But I'm saying, like, I think both of us are saying it's a situation where it is obvious that we are recording ourselves. And
Mhm.
if they walk into our shot, they cannot then come back and say, I don't want to be in your shot. I'll be like, well, then why did you walk into my
No, no, no.
shot?
But what if they weren't aware that they were walking into your shot and they had already walked into it? What if they weren't aware?
I
And
mean,
by the way, I'm just playing devil's advocate. It does not necessarily mean that this is how I feel. I just wanted to give you the flip side. I also want to give you another example. Okay. And this did bother me. But there was one time, this was actually a couple of years ago. I was with my husband and we were swimming at like a hotel pool. I forget, I don't know. We didn't have kids at that time. And I was wearing my bathing suit. We were at a hotel pool in Blue Mountain. And I remember I came out of the pool and then there was this man like recording. I don't know where he was recording. The pool, sure. But it felt like
that's
it just didn't.
different.
But we
Yeah,
don't
That's
know
that's
it.
a
different.
difference.
He could have been recording like, "Hey,
No,
look
no,
where
no,
I
no, no, no,
am,"
no.
and you're
If
in the
he
shot.
wasn't
That didn't.
recording, he wasn't
If,
recording himself. He
yeah,
was recording other people.
and if you got that gut instinct that you knew that it felt, you were probably correct.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, absolutely, it was very creepy. I was like,
Mhm.
and my husband and I both noticed it. We're like, this
No,
is
that's
weird.
different. He's recording other people. He's not recording himself.
Well, and
Yeah.
it could have been like, hey, look at where I am. Like this is like, what if they're doing it the way I'm just saying this is not the truth, but what if they're influencers and be like, hey guys, people do it all the time. It's like, look, I'm at this place or whatever. And then someone else
So,
is in your shot. Is that appropriate? Like, is it okay to,
sorry, can I interrupt you?
what if they went to a water park? Like, I don't understand. Like, nobody, I don't know. Okay. You guys
So
tell me
in
what
the
you think.
summertime, me, my brother, my sister, and my husband went to Tobermory, and there were these influencer sisters on Flower Pot Island where we were, and they were
Cool.
doing a whole bunch of, I guess, promotions and whatever that they needed to do. And everybody who was there at Flower Pot Island was in their shots. They were doing like hand shots. Everybody was in it. My thing is like how specific do you need to get? Like, do you need to go and get like a contract now and get everybody on the beach to sign like, hey, I'm going to be doing a fan shot? Because that's just too much. I feel like the world is, unfortunately, like some people aren't going to like it, but
So you have to be
there's
camera ready at
just
every moment because there's a lot of influencers out there.
Yeah. I think that's kind of true. I think again, if they're targeting you, or if Sean said, like, if you feel like something
is off.
sinister was going on,
Mhm.
that's where you have to kind of be careful and say something. But if it's like me, I'm at a gym that I know the people there, they know me, I'm a regular, and I'm filming myself, then I would be very surprised if someone else was like, "Hey, delete that video because I'm in the background or something.
In your
I don't know.
case, Maureen, it's completely different. Like your
Yeah.
gym is like your family. It's not the same thing.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like in public gyms where you don't know, it's random people each
You have to be
day.
careful.
You
Yeah.
have to be really careful. And people are in this, we're in a place where we're like very vain. Like we want to show when we're working out. We want to show you how much sweat and how much calories we burn, how heavy we can lift. Right.
I was
So
just gonna say, on the flip side of this is,
I know exactly
have
what
you
you're gonna say, Maureen.
yes, have you seen these influencer girls who go to the gym and they're working out and then they start confronting these men in the gym like, "What are you
Oh,
looking at? Stop looking at me." Da 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 da. And
are
they're
they
like,
pranked?
guys are like, "I'm not even looking at you."
Is it a
they're just
prank?
doing that for, I don't know, comments.
No, and they come on TikTok and they're like, "This guy keeps looking at me," and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And they start confronting the guy on camera, and the guy's like, "Dude, I'm not even like
Yeah.
I'm not looking at you." And again, the other thing is that sometimes the way that women are dressed at the gym is like asking to be looked at. Like,
No, Maureen,
sorry.
that's wrong. Don't
No,
go
no,
there.
no,
That's
no,
not
no, no,
true.
no, 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 no,
That's
no,
not
no,
true.
no.
Stop.
I'm
Don't do
I'm
that.
gonna die
You're
on this
basically
hill.
saying that if someone wears a skirt when they go out, they're asking to be
To
assaulted
be
or something
looked
like
at,
that.
to be looked at. I'm not saying to
Okay.
be assaulted.
Yeah, they
To be
from
looked
our
at.
perspective, they may be attracting the wrong attention or they know what they're doing, but at the same time, we cannot say that based on the way that someone's dressed is what they're.
I think if you wear the uniform of a hooker, you cannot then get mad that somebody mistakes you for a hooker. It's not fair. If I come out wearing an orange jumpsuit and you think I just came out of jail, I can't be mad about that because I'm wearing their uniform. If I walk around in a cop uniform and you think I'm a cop, I can't be mad about that because I'm wearing their uniform. That's how I feel about it. Now, I'm
There's a
not saying,
hooker uniform now?
huh?
Is there a hooker uniform at the gym?
No, I'm not saying there's a hooker uniform at the gym. I'm saying
Because girl,
that what
you're
I'm
talking
saying
about
that,
the prison and about police officers. I just want to know
yeah,
what's the
I'm
uniform that you're
saying
talking about
I'm
for the
saying
hookers?
that there are certain and if like
So what is it that I
I'm
cannot wear at
saying
the
that
gym because I don't want to look like a hooker? Please tell me. What is
uh
it?
this is what I'll tell you it is, okay? Booty shorts with the scrunch in the booty to like show every single cheek, and then the tiny little bralette. And then listen, if you want that attention and you own it that you want it, then nobody can say anything to you. But if you dress like that and then get surprised and mad that people are looking at you, I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. I don't get that. It's the same analogy as like someone's wearing a cop uniform and gets mad that people think they're a cop. It doesn't make sense. You're wearing a booty short. What you knew exactly the type of attention you wanted when you went out like that. There is no
What if that's
way.
just what they wanted to wear?
But Maureen, what if,
What if they
for
weren't
instance,
looking for any kind of attention? What if it's what they wanted to wear?
okay, I'm gonna give myself as an example, okay? I love to wear shorts and tube tops. I feel my best self when I'm in shorts and tube tops. And for some people, that might be like too revealing, or maybe I'm asking for attention. But to be honest, that's how I feel. I feel
That's
great
how you want to dress, and it's fine.
in
It's not like
shorts and a tube
you're
top.
asking for men to hit on you. That's your,
Guys,
That's on them.
I'm
this is
like,
you expressing
listen,
yourself through clothes or whatever you. That's how you
listen,
want
I
to
don't
dress.
know why we do this. Why do we just lie to ourselves? Why are we lying?
Okay,
Okay, like
hold
let
on.
me tell
Wait,
you
can
right
I?
now. If I'm wearing tight shorts, I want to look a certain way. Like I want certain parts of my body to I'm trying to draw attention to certain parts of my
Draw
body.
attention from
I'm
who?
not just wearing it and looking. If I want to look frumpy at home, I'm wearing sweats and a sweater. I don't care about anybody looking at anything. But if I'm going somewhere and I want someone to look at something, I'm going to wear something to draw attention to that part of my body. I don't know why as girls we're like pretending like this is not the case. Like we just dress like this for ourselves. Nobody is dressing like this for themselves.
But listen,
I don't believe it.
I feel my best self when I'm in tight shorts and a tube top because I feel good about me. And I'm not trying to, however, when you do dress, they say that you dress for size, color, or what's the other one? Size, color, or shape or something. And I definitely dress for my shape.
To
But that's
accentuate
how
certain things in
but
your
I'm not
body.
doing it, but I'm not doing it to get attention from anybody. It's just because I have the curves, so why not wear the shorts? Why not wear the tube top if I feel good in it?
You have
That's
the
great, Shaunneka.
curves.
That's great.
Can I ask you a question, Sean? You
Yeah.
have the curves, so why not wear the tube top? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know you have the curves. Why do you need to show everybody else that you have the curves?
Because it's not
I'm
about
not-
everybody else. It's about what she wants to wear.
I'm not showing everybody that I have the curves. I just feel the most comfortable in the shorts and the tube top.
She's not
Like,
thinking
I
about
feel
other
my
people.
best
She's
self
thinking
when
about
I'm
herself.
I'm not trying to like judge anybody. What I'm trying to
No, I
say
get
is
it.
I'm gonna say it like this. I like to do that and I own that I like the attention. But I don't understand the mentality of like, I'm doing this, but I don't want anyone to look at me. Like, I have a really hard time believing that. That's the thing that I'm like, come on. Let's
Yeah,
just be
so
honest. We like getting attention for these clothes. Like, you cannot tell me you're wearing this and hoping nobody looks at you.
Well, if I'm wearing what I'm
Maureen.
wearing and someone wants to look, that's on them. But it's not. It's like
Maureen.
neither here nor there to me.
I disagree.
Anytime I've actually put on shorts, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I look cute. I'm thinking about myself. There is no way, no how I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I want to get people's attention. Absolutely not. And if it does do that, I would actually change because I'm not looking for anyone's attention. I'm looking to feel good about myself. And that's just the honest opinion. I've never thought that I was dressing for someone to look at me. I'm being honest. I'm feeling good about wearing these shorts that I like to wear. I think it's cute. I love it. That's the way I feel. Honestly.
Like me, jeans. I feel frumpy when I wear jeans. So when I wear jeans, I just don't feel good about myself. So I don't wear jeans.
You feel what?
Frumpy.
Frumpy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know I need to find
I'm
the right
not
pair
going
of
to
jeans.
continue on this path because I don't think you guys are not going to convince me, and I'm not going to convince you.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to let you know my
Yeah.
side, like my point of view.
I'm same here, and I'm being completely honest. I'm being completely honest when I say that.
I
I'm not.
respect your opinions, guys. I do. I respect your
But
view.
you
I
know the
respect
truth, so, right?
But I think that there's an element of this that's like maybe deeper psychologically that we're not really seeing or thinking about. Because then you start to question, then you said you feel cute, you feel your best self. Why? What about that makes you feel cute? What about that makes you feel like your best self? Why don't you feel cute or your best self in sweats or
Because I don't feel
in a long robe?
But
I don't
honestly,
feel
I might
awesome.
feel my cute or my best self. It just depends on the day. If I'm wearing shorts, that's just me. Like I can feel my best self in other clothes. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to wear it. I want to wear shorts. I don't really
Well,
understand.
like, why don't we feel our best selves in frumpy clothes or
I'm
in
not
just
saying
like
I don't.
feet?
I'm not saying that I don't necessarily for my best
Like
self in public clothes, but I
when I'm
wanted to wear what I want
I
to
wear
wear. That's
shorts
it.
and a tube top. Or I'll wear shorts and a tank top. Or I'll wear shorts and a tube top and a sweater in the winter. Or I'll wear like long pants and a tube top or something. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
tell
Like,
you,
it's just
maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like that then. Maybe I'm the only person in the world who's like this. But I'll tell you for myself, especially because my body fluctuates, right? So when I
it's just
feel
fun.
better in my body, I dress accordingly. So I will wear things that are a little tighter or wear things a little shorter because I feel more comfortable showing that off. Whereas when I'm bigger, I'm like hiding it. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I feel more confident, I wear things that are a little bit more revealing or whatever because I feel like, yeah, this looks good. I don't care if people look at it. Like I don't mind if people look at it because
Mhm.
I feel good about it. And these are things like you want to show off or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
But maybe that's just me. Maybe no
I
other
get what
woman
you're
in the
saying.
world does this. It's just me.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like in the winter time, well, obviously I'm not wearing shorts and a tube top to go outside, but I'm more likely to wear it inside my home, obviously, than to go outside because January I just feel like you know, I'm in my hibernation mode.
Mhm.
But I mean, I get what
Like
you're
when
saying.
I'm at home, if I'm at home for multiple days and I'm not seeing anybody,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
might wear shorts for my husband, like things like that.
Mhm.
But again, it's because I'm trying to attract something. Like I'm trying to make him, that's how I feel. I don't do it for myself. If it
So
was for me, I would
you
wear
wouldn't wear
sweats
shorts
and
for
a
yourself?
t-shirt all the time. I don't care.
You wouldn't wear shorts for yourself?
No.
Okay, so I think that's what the issue is then, because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for other people.
But I
And
feel
that's
like
not, and
we
everybody's
are, and we
like,
just don't admit it. That's the difference. I feel like we're all doing it for other people, and
But
nobody wants to admit it but me. Or maybe
in
it's
all
just
honesty,
me. It's just me. I'm not gonna say everybody else.
no,
I
I'm
can't.
not going to say that it's just you. I can imagine people dressing because they want attention, but I'm just
Yeah.
telling you from my perspective, if I put on a pair of shorts, I'm so happy that I feel confident in myself. And this is about me to put on shorts. And I feel like I look good that I can walk outside. I'm not wearing shorts because I want to get somebody's attention, especially not a
Right.
man's attention. There's no need for me to do that. I don't care for that. I'm
Right.
putting them on for me. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
My grandmother told me that in our household, I should always look good for my husband. She said, "You should not look frumpy for him." I don't always listen to her, but I try to keep that in my mind that I
Mm.
don't want him to be like, I want him to be attracted to me. We have 2 kids. We've been together for 20 years. I don't want him to look other places, right? So
Mhm.
maybe that's short-sighted or stupid or whatever, but I'm gonna keep doing that as long as I can. As long as God gives me the ability to do that, I'm going to. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with that, but
There's
I
nothing.
also think you should do it for you.
That's not really what we were talking about. It's not about what you do in your house. It's about how you get dressed and walk outside. That's the whole thing. Because we this kind of stemmed from the conversation about women wearing what they wear at gyms.
Mhm.
And we're trying to say that it doesn't matter what they're wearing. You know what I
You're
mean? Like
saying that they just wear it because
I'm not saying that they're wearing it for that
they
reason, but
want everyone to look
we
at
can't
them.
assume that they're wearing it to get the attention of other men at the gym. They could be wearing it because they're feeling themselves. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, or they're in their ovulation phase.
Right? Yeah, it could be
I
about the
mean,
phase.
what
That's
does that
sometimes
have to do
women.
with anything?
Oh,
What is
Because when
absolutely.
you're
That's your time where
ovulating,
you're trying to attract things without you even
yeah,
knowing. Like it's your
when
ovulation
you're in
phase.
your ovulation
You're
phase,
ovulating.
like everything, like your face is plumper, your cheeks are more rosy, you're more likely to, yeah, you're just feeling more
But
pronounced.
that's all for yourself, not for anyone else.
No, you're
That's like,
ovulating. So it's like you're think of it, you're in heat. That's
yeah,
what that ovulation
So
thing is.
that's exactly what I'm saying. They're doing it to
No,
attract.
no, she's giving an
no,
example. You could be in your ovulation phase. She was just giving an example, right?
yeah,
That's what she
and
said.
that's also more, what's the word? Like medical, like scientific.
All right, that's like a whole other topic. I
It
don't
really
even know
is.
anything about that. I don't know about ovulation
We touched
phase.
on it a little bit with uh the Gen Zer, your
Mhm.
friend. I forget her
Yes.
name. Yeah,
Yes.
we did talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So as of late, so since we were talking about the selfies and things like that, there's like this debate, well, yeah, I'd say debate going on social media that Gen Zers are looking older than millennials. So I don't know, what's your take on that? And you know what, having like working in a school, like the 12 and 13-year-olds, like they could pass for 18-year-olds. Like they're a lot more mature, a lot taller, a lot more just, yeah, they do look older. And they were also saying that the reason why Gen Zers are looking older is because of the filters. Like they grew up with filters basically. And so they're chasing this sort of persona or this look. So a lot of them are getting Botox and doing a lot of things to their face earlier on, which is making them look older.
I
More
feel like
mature.
yeah, and I feel like also because they are a generation that grew up with the influencers, which
Right. Yeah.
it makes it seem like that's normal. Like what these
Mhm.
30-year-old people were doing to their faces and their bodies, makeup, 10-step skincare, like all
Yeah.
these like, all this stuff to so these like 13-year-olds, because I have nieces who are around that age range, 13, and they're on TikTok doing face makeup, like face care routines. They look much
Yeah.
older than they actually are. And they're doing like the
Like they're putting retinol
TikTok,
and stuff on their face
those
and they're like
TikTok.
12. Yeah.
Pardon?
Oh yeah,
And so
Yeah.
they're
skincare.
putting retinol and stuff on their face and they're like 12.
Mm.
Hyaluronic acid. Like, what do you need that for right
Like,
now?
yeah.
Like,
I think, yeah, it's because they see their influencers who are doing it. And
Yeah.
like we had celebrities growing up, but it's different when it's an influencer because they feel a lot more relatable. It makes it feel a lot more normal. Whereas the
Maybe
celebrity is like this unattainable thing. But
that's
as an
true.
influencer, it feels like very much like, oh, this could be your friend, your neighbor. You might know someone who's an influencer, or you might know someone
Mhm.
who's doing content.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a big part of it too.
Also, too, I would say probably their diet, like, and their lack of being outdoorsy, like so much
Mhm.
screen time. Like they're not as yeah, they're not as outdoorsy. They're not as explorative.
For sure. I think a lot of the young people now are growing up really quickly, and it's about their lifestyle. Like if they're really looking older, yeah, I think it's lifestyle. Whether they're engaging like, you know, like, drinking alcohol or smoking or things that kind of like age you. I think it's starting a lot younger now. Um,
Yeah.
and again, like you were mentioning, like the skincare stuff, like they're watching other people online and saying like, "Oh, I want to be like that," but they don't realize like that person's like 30 years old and you're 12, like and they're trying to live this other life.
Yeah. It is seeming like like the millennials who are in their like now going into their 40s, right?
Yeah.
They seem young because of the Botox and all that stuff and because of the skincare, but because
I
there's
love
like
it.
this huge gap between the Gen Zs who are like 12 and these 40-year-olds, they're almost starting to mesh and like you almost can't tell who is who
It's
right away.
true.
I
Yeah,
think the millennials actually look really good. I
I
think it's the
agree.
Yeah.
millennials that look good. Yeah, maybe it is the Botox, maybe it is the fillers, whatever. Maybe we're just taking care of ourselves more. Um, and we're like in at a stage where we're like, we want to exercise. We're just taking care of ourselves better. So we're gonna
Right.
look, more, I guess, rejuvenated, younger, right? So
Yeah. So just to clarify, in case people who are watching don't really know the ages, Gen Z are people born between 97 and 2012, making them between 12 and 27 years old. And then millennials are born 1981 to 96, so they're between 28 and 43.
Thank you for the clarification. So they're still in
28 and
their 30s.
43.
So there's a lot of
How could I be a
inclusion.
millennial when I'm 23? Doesn't make any sense.
No, 28.
No, 28.
Sorry, I was trying to make a joke. Never mind. Have you
No.
seen that TikTok is like, how can I be 40 when I'm actually 20? Like,
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen a TikTok where people are like, you know what's so interesting is this person's 23 and born in this year, and I'm also 23 and born in 1984. Whatever, like
right?
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I love
That's
it. I
amazing.
love the memes. Like I love how creative people are. Sorry, this is a kind of side note, but I just really love how creative people are with the
Who's
reels and the
coming up
memes.
with it? It's amazing. It's
It's
hilarious. And
so
you're like,
good. It's so
and I
good.
can
And
watch
it's just
so many of them that are like the same thing. There's a new one. Sorry, this is definitely going off on a tangent. There's another one where it's like, how there's like, just say there's like 3 kids in a family where it's like the older kid will talk to you like, of course I'm the eldest.
Oh,
I
goodness,
do
I
this. And then the youngest one be like, of course I'm the youngest. And the middle one be like, of course in the middle. They can cut them off. Like, just goes to
yeah,
yes,
show you
I've
that they
seen
do not
that.
care about the middle child.
I've
Are you a
seen
middle
that.
child or the youngest one, Shaunneka?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, you're the oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your parents care about you. Whoever's the
None of us
middle.
are middle children, so that's good.
I know. I know.
But
But
that's a
I can
trend right
imagine.
now. That's a trend right now, the whole, "I'm a blah, 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 of course I'm," right? That's a
Yeah.
trend. So you find that with everything. "I'm a house mom, a housewife, of
Yeah.
course I'm this. I'm a teacher, of course I'm
Yeah.
this. I'm a nurse, of course I'm this." So yeah, there's,
Yeah.
like, so many of these now happening.
Yeah.
It's
It's hilarious.
trending.
I'm like, I live for it because I'm like, I'll watch different ones all the time. It's the same content,
Yeah.
but it's
But
just different
different.
people doing it. And then some of them hit like really hard. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
It's
lot
just,
of really good content online. That's the thing that makes
Yeah.
online addictive
Funny.
is because there's so much good content out there. But yeah,
And just
absolutely.
some people are just so funny. Okay, sorry. This is completely side note. You can choose whether or not you want to air this. But during the holidays, there was this one TikTok where they would do like a secret Santa, like the grandchildren would do a secret Santa, but really all of the gifts that they were giving were stuff from the grandmother's home. So like
oh my
they
God,
took,
that, yeah.
oh, I would love. Did you ever see that, Maureen? Oh, it was
Yeah.
the best.
That was really
I
funny too.
watched all of them. Like they would take things from grandmother's home, and she'd be there at the Christmas party, and then they would wrap them up and then give them to each other as gifts. It's like, and she's like, "Oh, I have that," but they don't know. Like, she doesn't know
Yeah.
that they're all. And they're like, "You have this, grandma? Okay, that's nice." Next
That
one,
would
she's
not
like,
work
"I
with
have that
us.
too." She has no
Yeah.
idea, but it's hilarious. And finally, she catches on. Anyways,
That's so funny. No, I'll tell you some of my favorite ones that I've seen that like killed me and I watched over and over and over. And I don't get sick of seeing them. Is the ones where the women are pranking their husbands. So the ones that come to mind right away is when the woman sends her husband to get sanitary napkins or women's product and she makes up a name. Like there was one guy who came back into the car, like she sent him out and then she's waiting in the car for him to come back and he comes back and he's all pissed. And the one's like, "What happened?" He's like, "No, I couldn't find the Oochie Cooch 3000."
Oh my.
So fun. There's so many of them. They were trending at one point in time, and I would just sit there and binge watch because it's
I'm gonna try
hilarious.
that on my husband.
Oh my god, it was brilliant. And the other one that I saw recently was during the Christmas time, where this guy pulled up to like a Starbucks, and his wife was telling him, "Can you please order me a fa la 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 latte?" But you have to
I
sing
saw
it.
that one.
He would sing it, and they're like, "We don't have."
Yeah, because she tried to convince him. She's like, if you don't sing it, they don't give it to you or something like that. So she made him sing it so that he could get the order.
I
Yeah.
love those so much. Or the other one was the scholarship where they're filming a video. I did one of those with my husband because
Oh,
I thought it was so, and he was such a good sport about it. They're filming the scholarship and they're like, just play along with whatever I say. So some people do with their husband, some people do with their parents.
That's a good
yeah,
one.
that was a bit old though, but it was
Elaborate
so
lies
funny.
and tell them to play along. And it's so, the
And then
reactions are
sometimes the
so
parents are
good.
like, "What are you talking about? It's not true."
Yeah, it's so funny, the reaction. My husband, I made him do it, and yo, he's such a good sport. He went along with the
Oh, you
entire
did it?
lie. Yeah. But I couldn't stop laughing the whole time. I'm not good at doing that because I keep laughing. But he was such a good sport. He just went along with everything I
Oh
said.
my gosh, no, those are
Oh,
hilarious. I've seen them and there's some pretty crazy things.
yeah.
So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, and maybe you will start to notice it now, but there's a lot of people like showing off their like winter sports, like things that they do during the winter. Have you guys seen an increase of people skiing? Have you guys seen that yet? Maybe you'll start to see it because there's a lot more TikToks and like videos of people like showing off the fact that they're gone on these like skiing trips. And skiing is actually, for the most part, an expensive thing to do, like winter sport to do, right? This is like it's like
It's also
sort of like
hard.
It's also
it's
what?
definitely hard,
Hard.
hard.
Yeah, it is.
But because of like the equipment and like yeah, just the whole ski trip in general,
Lessons.
it's
Mhm.
lessons. Yeah, this is like more of like an affluent trip. But people, there's a lot more people like sort of showing off that they are going on these skiing trips. So
Wow.
you guys haven't seen it?
No.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you
Okay.
will. And I mean, like, even with like yeah, snowboarding's one thing, but skiing is something that people are starting to do a lot more of.
I feel like
I'm here
now that we've
for it.
talked about it, our phones are
It
listening.
should
I'm
be,
gonna start seeing it.
You
yeah.
will. That's what I said. I said now that now you
Now
will
we've
start
talked
seeing
about
it because
it,
our
the
phones do listen.
laptop and the phone are listening. They're gonna start showing me them. Yeah, but
Well,
yeah.
it's winter. You got to think of some like winter sports to do, like whether it's tobogganing or skating. Um,
I
yeah,
haven't gone skating in
skiing's
ages. Yeah.
yeah.
I went
No, I plan
skating
on
in
taking my
nowadays.
kids skating, but I haven't I haven't skated like in a while.
In a long
Yeah, I
time.
can't skate well, but you know,
Can you
it's fun.
rollerblade? Because it's like the same thing, right? Can you
I
rollerblade?
used to be able to rollerblade. I used to be fearless
Same.
when I was rollerblading. And then I remember like in my early 20s, I put on rollerblades and I was like, yeah, it's not coming back. It's not like riding a bike.
It took you
No,
a minute to
But
like
yeah.
remember.
rollerblading is
And
kind
then I
of
was, yeah,
tough.
just, yeah, fear.
I stopped rollerblading when I had a really bad wipeout in front of like my the street I used to live on had like a hill. So I was rollerblading one time down a hill and there were some people sitting on the porch at the end of the hill and I was rollerblading and I had like this terrible, terrible wipeout and I fell
Um,
so I could barely get up. And I could just hear them like they didn't want to laugh out loud, but they were like doing like that silent laugh and they're kind of moving, but they're not laughing like hilarious. I was like, oh, and I had to like pick myself up and like I was like that. I
Oh,
promise
and
you,
then
I've never put on
do
a
the
pair of
rollerblade
rollerblades.
waddle. Get yourself back
It
over
was
there.
bad, but yeah.
I'm glad you're okay.
And then, anyways, the other day I was watching this thing on breakfast television where this guy who actually created a robot hand. I thought that was amazing. Like it was like a prosthetic hand, but it was like robot. Like I don't know how they didn't explain how it works. So I have no idea. But like this woman was able to use it, and she was able to play like baseball with her son with it. Like it would. I don't know how she was sending the message to the hand to do what she needed to do. I have no idea.
Maybe there's
Wow.
like sports settings, baseball,
They should
hockey.
have actually explained that part. But yeah, she
Hmm.
was able to like cut things up. Like the
Was
hand
it
was like,
Neuralink? Was it made by Neuralink, the ones
I'm
that put the
telling you
chip
right
in your
now,
brain?
they should have spent more time explaining how this thing works.
But
Yeah.
you don't
So
remember the company?
I do know the company. It's called something arm. I want to say robotic arm.
Okay.
Something
Okay,
to
so
that effect.
it's not
Yeah, I'm
Neuralink.
gonna send it to you and then you can like post it, but like check it out because I thought it was completely like it was
Interesting.
amazing. And I'm like, technology is advancing. Like I think it's just getting ahead of us. And then there was even like a clip of a Tesla robot. I don't even know what it was doing, but it was doing
Saw
something. You saw it,
that.
right? And people were
Yeah,
saying whether or not
Yes.
it was like
that's when
The
if you don't pay
soldier.
your bill or something like that, right?
what's that?
If you don't pay your bill with the electric cars, something about if you don't pay
No,
your bills,
that's
it's going to send
new.
it back
That's
to the.
different.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, there was a video of the Tesla robot doing something. Oh, folding a shirt. It was folding a shirt, and like you need your fine motor skills to be able to fold like a shirt
yeah.
properly. Like. So, but this robot was absolutely amazing. I'm like, is this really the future? And it makes me think of like, are we in control of technology, or is technology in control of us? Like, what's going to happen? Like, is this getting ahead of us?
We're in control of it for now, but the way that AI works, it learns. So it can take all the information that we give it and learn, and it's only a matter of time before basically it stops listening to us. Like it's
Yep.
just going to learn how to override, it's going to learn how to. So I think for now it listens to us, but if we don't have safeties in place to control this,
Yeah.
it's gonna get out of hand. It might already be out of hand and we don't know. But as far as I know, we still have control over the majority of it. But I like honestly, if you think about a system and like an organism that multiplies and learns from the failures and is able to correct and continue to evolve like a virus, that's kind of like how AI works because it's able to take information, learn from it, evolve, problem solve in new ways, and it does all of this automatically. And so we should actually, I think it's a legitimate concern to be worried about how this is going to play out in our future.
Yep. It's
Yeah, I
it's
think
it's
like the
scary.
advancements of technology, like you're saying, we have to be careful. But I also think social media, I think there should be like social media in terms of technology, right? Like there should be laws and bans, especially around kids. Otherwise, like
It's
stuff's
dangerous.
just gonna go off, and we're gonna be so far behind. We're not gonna be able to catch ourselves back up. So I think putting laws and bans in place around kids and technology, I think that's important.
But I think that people are always going to want to just keep on seeing what more they can do. Like they're going to keep on, like pushing it until eventually it's like, yeah, you've created a monster.
And those like safeties and rules and stuff, they always come into play after something bad has happened.
Nothing.
Like that's just how it
It's
is with
true.
everything. Yeah. So we never like preemptively, like the example of, seat belts on airplanes. It wasn't until
Yeah,
they needed them
it's true.
until people, and then that's when they're like, oh, we should put seat belts on airplanes. Like,
Yeah,
so yeah.
yeah.
just sorry, just so you guys know, what I was talking about, the robotic arm, is called Smart Arm. If you want to look it up, I
Yeah.
sent you guys the link too. So it's actually two Canadians who created the first AI powered robotic arm for humans. It's pretty
Okay.
cool, and I think that it's groundbreaking, especially for people that need it. It's
Yeah, I
amazing.
agree.
So it works with AI, not with your brain. So it just kind of learns what you want it to do and then it kind of
Wow.
figures it out, is what it sounds like.
So if
With
someone
the
is
right
playing
prompt.
I still don't understand that. So if someone is playing baseball,
There's got to be some way that you tell it or it knows
yeah,
that you're
how?
about to play baseball. That I don't know. I've never even looked at
Yeah,
this.
I
But
mean,
that's my
I wish
assumption.
that they had spoken about that on breakfast television, but I think it's quite amazing, right? And what if you want? What if just saying? What if you want a third arm? What if you want a third arm? Does that sound crazy?
Or if you want help around the house.
Yes.
I want wings.
Well, we already have the iRobot or whatever, the vacuum cleaner that helps with
Yeah.
cleaning up. And that's technically a
No,
robot.
but that Tesla robot,
Yeah.
like the servant one, they say that it can like they say it can even watch your children. I don't know about all that, but they say it can clean your house. It'll
Mhm.
do like chores and small things for you. It'll wait on you. It'll like so this is gonna be like your robot servant, your robot slave thing. Like you pay for it and it just you tell it whatever to do and it'll do it, which is super insane. But I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like we knew that that was gonna happen. And then if AI really takes off and that thing then has a mind of its own, it's gonna be like the movie I, Robot.
I was just thinking that they're all going to turn
Yeah.
against us and form their own alliance.
Or
But
they
there's gonna
could
be that one good robot. Isn't there a good robot in iRobot?
I think there was one good one, yeah.
well, they might not even turn against us. Like, what if they think that what they're doing is for the good of humanity and they're like exterminating people, thinking, I have to eliminate this or I have to eliminate these people because of the good of humanity or
Yeah.
something like you don't know, right? I
But
don't
how
know.
would they
I don't know if
know-
they can even
But how
sorry.
would they know? So like this is just me thinking out loud. How would they know the difference between good and evil unless it was like
No,
taught to
they
them?
wouldn't.
Or,
No, they wouldn't know good and evil, but what they would know is something like we want to preserve the most amount of humans as possible. Therefore, these are the things that we need to do logically, or our calculations show us that
so they
if we
wouldn't
want to
have
preserve.
empathy. They wouldn't have emotion.
I don't think they would.
Right.
How
So like
can
that's
you?
a problem.
Yeah, that's an innate human characteristic. I don't
Yeah.
think that they would have empathy or
Right.
emotion. It would be like a sociopathic person. Like they
Right.
just,
So it's
yeah,
either they're complying or they go off the wall and they go the opposite way.
which they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, there's a I mean, AI can go on forever. Like we can talk about it forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
That's a good place to end it. Yeah.
for sure.
Thanks. That was a really, really cool episode. I think we had some really engaging topics today. That was
Yeah.
really good. I want to hear from the viewers. What do you guys think about everything that we've said today? Because we said I feel like this was a pretty like spicy episode. So
the
I'm
first
really
thing I want to know is when you see other women or when women dress like sexy, and what is sexy at the gym, is that a problem?
revealing.
Do you think that
Yeah,
they're looking for other men to like sort of like hit on them, or are they dressing the way they want to dress? Right. So we want to hear your opinion.
and
And
or
is it
women, depending on their preference. But
men
yeah.
or women? Yep.
Mhm.
Because men are sometimes flexing at the gym, right? Like no shirts on or whatever. I'm sure I don't go to the gym, but I'm sure it could happen.
Yeah.
And then also, is it appropriate to record at the gym, record your workout when you know that it's a possibility that other people can be in your shot and they didn't agree to be recorded, right? So
Let us know what you think. Put it in the comments. And until we see you in the next episode.
send us a DM, email us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.